What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. And I have one thing that I must declare. We have a lot of news to cover. But first off, Señor assemble! Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the McKinneys Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today it is Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. And of course, I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all the news you care about each and every single day. Before we do anything though, do me a solid favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. One thing I do want to go ahead and push, and I do have this announcement that I want to get out there to the people, to you all. I apologize. I have been out for the last week. It's almost been 2 weeks, I feel like now, but the entire family got wiped out with sickness. We were not feeling too good, but I'm back at it, back ready to go, and back with a special announcement. First off, let's go ahead and say this. If you haven't already, do me a favor, swing on over to the Now We Can Talk Like Men podcast at Now We Can Talk Like Men on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, like a video or two, whatever you want to do. But once you do that, you'll be entered in to win a shirt. What we're doing here on the channel, basically, I told you all, once we got to 100 subscribers, we'd be giving away a McKinneys own shirt to one lucky winner there. We're actually going to be announcing that right now, today. But at the same time, what I want to do is I really want to do, I believe in give back, and I appreciate you guys and your all support. And what we're going to do is that every 100 subscribers on that channel, we're going to be giving away a McKinneys own shirt. And then, of course, at 500 subscribers, we are going to be giving away the Juventus jersey of your choosing. We're going to be doing that when we get to 500 subscribers. So if you could, swing on over there, hit the subscribe button, all that stuff. You'll be in for a chance to win, and there'll be a lot of, you'll have a higher opportunity to win on that channel, definitely, given the numbers are smaller, being that it's a new channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you could, go ahead, swing over there, hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. And now, without any further ado, the winner of the first shirt, it is, and without, is that how we do it? Is that how we do the, I don't even know if that's being picked up. Anyway, Milinkovic-Savic, he wins the McKinneys own shirt, my guy. Michael, if you could, reach out to me, Twitter, whatever have you. I think, I believe on Twitter is probably the best way to reach me. If you could, at Justin Sofro. Guys, you can follow me at Justin Sofro as well. But if you could reach out to me and let me know, obviously, where to send the shirt, what color, size, all that good stuff. Reach out to me and we'll be happy. And congratulations, Michael, on being the first winner of the McKinneys own shirt for supporting the Now We Can Talk Like Men podcast channel. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And thank you, Michael. And we'll hopefully have a lot more fun and more giveaways in the future. So definitely you want to be subscribed over there as well. All right, let's get into it without any further ado. The real reason you're here, the news that we have here, and let's just jump into it. The very first news story of the day was Fabrizio Romano confirming that here we go. We kind of had feelings that this was growing and this was a possibility. We went from a flux of just a week ago saying this guy's done, he's not coming back, he's never going to be a part of the project, to now it's here we go. He's confirmed a Juventus player moving on in the future. And that is, of course, we're talking about Arkadiusz Milik, and we have Fabrizio Romano confirming, saying that Juventus have completed the agreement to sign Milik from Olympique Marseille, a permanent transfer for 6 million euros, guaranteed fee. Here we go. Deal will also include a 1 million euro in add-ons based on Milik's appearances. OM are set to accept and sign the document. So there we go. One player we have to move forward with this new Juventus, with the Juventus that we're hoping are able to establish something, get back into the top four and move forward. Problem is, the guy at the helm is Max Allegri. And it doesn't appear that is changing anytime soon, at least for another season. So that's what we're going to have to deal with, and we're going to have to see if these players are going to be able to thrive under him. And some players that I think that I'm a little bit questioning if they can thrive under him are, of course, going to be young players. Young players that the club are looking at. First up, let's go ahead and bring up this one by Jorge Badavale, who is reporting that Juventus are interested in JeanLuca Prestiani. The Vélez player has a release clause of 12 million euros. Young guy, 17 years old, Argentine player. I'm guessing he'll probably go play with the under 23, play with the maybe U17 or whatever. I guess don't know how old he'll be by then, but I'm guessing he's going to play with the younger squad, and that's probably my guess is that way, and then see if he can work his way up in the future. I do not see Max Allegri using any young players like this, obviously. Let's continue on, talk about another younger guy who has had his name out there, floated out when it comes to Juventus for a long time. Another guy, we'll see if he would end up using him, but Tutto Mercato Web is reporting that between today and tomorrow, there'll be a meeting between Empoli and Juventus for Parisi. The player is valued around 15 million euros. The Bianconeri will try to insert some players, i.e. Ranocchia, to lower the fee. Juve want the player on loan with a buy obligation. The feeling is that both clubs want to conclude the deal as quick as possible. The player has given his approval to join Juventus, and he will earn around 1.5 million euros. That'd be an interesting, just one to keep an eye on to see how he does at Juventus, and obviously if it's another young player that can work his way up in the standings. All right. Moving forward, though, the news that you really care about, the more important news, well, we're going to get to it in a second. First, I'm going to talk about this, just late breaking right before I even went out to record this video. Romeo Ganesti just kind of coming out there saying that in the last few hours, Lazio have probed Juve. That sounds painful. Hopefully it's not like alien probing. Like, anyway, I'm trying to borrow Luca Pellegrini once again for another season with the club. So we'll see. I'm sure Juve will probably be open to doing that unless they are trying to avoid maybe selling him, or when I mean that, Lazio may be avoiding buying him. Something to keep an eye on, but probably more than likely Luca Pellegrini going to be another season at Lazio. Anyway, we move on and talk about another kind of a big topic that's been, I guess, permeating out there in the last 24 hours or so. And that is, of course, the topic of Szczęsny and his future with the club. Corriere dello Sport is reporting that Szczęsny could leave Juventus. The 33-year-old has a salary of 6.5 million euros net per season, with a gross impact on the accounts until 2025 of about 24.1 million euros, which is not a small amount of money for a club that is in a difficult patch right now. That is why Juve, the management, are listening to proposals. The club could even sell the keeper for a nominal fee. So it's something to keep an eye on. Obviously, Szczęsny having some solid performances once again, even though he had a rough stretch, not this last year, but the year before that, when we were ready to move on. But still, the books are what they are, and right now Juventus are going to have to move forward with whatever they can do. And maybe it's not a bad idea to go look for a younger keeper to move forward with, especially when you have guys that are working out pretty well, like a guy like Panini. Anyway, we move forward, and we can talk about my topic of the day. My topic. I'm here. We're talking about it. I'm about to be happy. You guys are about to be mad. Actually, I don't know if you guys are mad. But anyway, the idea of Nicolo Zaniolo joining the club, finally becoming a Juventus player, is it a possibility? Will it actually happen? Well, we will have to see. They're currently, I guess, in conversations with Galatasaray about the possibility. Alfredo Padula reporting that for Zaniolo, there was a positive video call today. McKinney may be involved. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. If Weston McKinney could be a key to potentially getting Nicolo Zaniolo to come to Juventus. I think right now, I'm not really going to go too hard, obviously, with the Zaniolo stuff. I've had fun with this for years, obviously. More it's just become a bit for me. But at the same time, yeah, I guess it'd be kind of cool to see him join the club. He had a decent little outing there at Galatasaray, though, of course, it's not playing in Serie A or playing in Champions League football by any means, but would like to see him maybe potentially come to Juventus, see what he can do, and see if he can maybe get back in writing his career. Off of that, though, some interesting point that did come out. I believe it was Nico Schira who was talking about the future of Weston McKinney, and he said actually Weston McKinney is not in Juventus's plans, obviously, and is ready to leave, though his preferences do not really line up with Juve in the Galatasaray conversation. He said that he would like to return to the Premier League or the Bundesliga. His contract with Juve currently expires in 2025 at 3 million euros per year. Now, this will be something to keep an eye on. Obviously, if you're wanting to see Zaniolo come and you're wanting to see McKinney be used in that deal, that will throw a bit of a wrench in that plan. Something interesting also to keep an eye on, Weston McKinney, regardless of what us as Juventus fans feel. I know a lot of people kind of they shat on him for a while there at the end of him and his performances, and I completely understand. I get it. It's a player that overall I think believes in his career, that he is not at the low point that he should be maybe going to a place like Galatasaray, and that's where I kind of worry that could throw a wrench in any kind of plans to utilize him when otherwise you're going to have to look at Premier League or Bundesliga, and maybe he thinks higher of himself than maybe he should at that moment. Just something I have a feeling about and something to keep an eye on if it were to cause an issue. Maybe that makes you happy. Maybe it makes you happy to not see Zaniolo come to the club in the end if McKinney can help that. Now we move on to probably the most important topic of the day, and it's obviously talking about the midfield when it comes to Juventus. And there is a love triangle right now between three players and who could be the future of the club right now. Obviously, when we talk about Adrian Rabiot, I do not really even entertain any of the ideas that he's going to come back and that he's going to be a part of the Juventus club. And honestly, last season he had a good season. He had a very good season. Obviously, that was a contract season. I don't know how he'd perform with a contract. So I've seen him with a contract, and it ain't that good. But we move forward and we talk about the other options that Juventus have that they could be looking at to replace him. First up, Gazzetta dello Sport's reporting that Juventus today have a meeting with Sassuolo to discuss Davide Frattesi. Inter, on the other hand, are trying to close the deal quickly and they're trying to avoid another Bremer scenario like last summer. So that's something to keep an eye on. If Inter are going hot and heavy at Frattesi, what other options could Juventus go after? Should that one not be feasible? Well, and that's the interesting part. I guess that becomes the main discussion for a lot of Juventus fans, and that is this story. And that is, of course, Alfredo Padula talking about Milinkovic-Savic and his future. Lotito no longer is asking for 40 million euros for Milinkovic-Savic, but 30 million plus in bonuses. There's no margin for a renewal. He is willing to join Juventus even without Champions League football, and that might be the kicker. That might be something that ends up being the winner, just in case, because I don't know. Every player thinks that they deserve to go play for Champions League football, and I understand you want to play in it. I get it. I understand it. As a fan, seeing a team compete in it regularly and disappoint me and frustrate me in Champions League football, I think maybe that's a little bit. I don't want to say I don't want to say it's glossed over. I think there's a little bit too much shine on it. That's what I kind of feel like. I feel like there's almost a little too much shine. I get it. I understand if you're going to win it, yeah, that would be an amazing accomplishment in your career. But at the same time, I think there's enough. I don't know. Maybe that's a loser mentality. Anyway, whatever. Regardless, I think when we sit down and look at it, Frattesi, Rabiot, or Milinkovic-Savic, right? Where would your mindset go? Me personally, I'm going for SMS all day, every day. If I have an opportunity to get Milinkovic-Savic, it ain't even a question for me personally. I think he is that good of a player, and I think he still will be that good of a player for Juventus. Frattesi is an interesting one. I like Frattesi if you just need to replace Adrian Rabiot, but I think if there's a lot of other pieces working behind the scenes with Inter trying to get him and all the other commotion going on, why not go for the better player? That's my personal opinion. Do you agree with my personal opinion? Or do you think differently? Do you think Frattesi is the option, or we really need to try to get Adrian Rabiot to stay with the club? You let me know that in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, do me a solid favor. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. And of course, you can follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve. Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to the old lady for me.